What is the greatest prime factor of 4 to the power of 6 minus 3 to the power of 2? Now, if you're taking the GRE, you have access to a pretty basic scientific calculator. And although it's kind of annoying, it's not the end of the world to just punch these numbers in, subtract them, and then see which one of these numbers is a prime factor. It might take you a little while, but you'll get there. If you're taking the GMAT, however, where you don't get a calculator and you got to do everything by hand, this video is for you. So this problem hinges on your knowledge of one pretty important rule called the difference of squares, or the difference of two squares. And what that says is that if I have two numbers, a squared minus b squared like this, I can rewrite it as a plus b times a minus b. So the key to unlocking this problem is recognizing this pattern here. How could I reformulate this subtraction to be a squared minus b squared? Well, I'm going to write it out and then explain it. So if I were to follow this pattern, what I get is 4 to the power of 3 plus 3 times 4 to the power of 3 minus 3. And if that didn't make sense, again, here's a quick little explanation. When I multiply 4 to the power of 3 times 4 to the power of 3, I get 4 to the power of 6, right? That's my exponent rules. When I multiply exponential terms together, I add the exponents. And likewise here for my b, if I were to multiply 3 times negative 3, well, then I would get negative 9, or negative 3 squared. So now that I have this, where it's a multiplication rather than just a subtraction, right? I'm doing this value times this value. Well, what is 4 to the power of 3? You should know your cubes up to about 5. So 4 to the power of 3 is 64. 64 plus 3 is 67. And 4 to the power of 3 is 64. So that's 64 minus 3, or 61. Well, 67 is a prime number, right? And it's right there in the answer options. And it's going to be greater than whatever I break 61 down into, which I can't because 61 is also prime. So 67 is the greatest prime factor of this number. For more GRE tips and tricks, or to sign up for my live online course, follow the link on my profile.